Imagine a future when the link between the cyber world and the physical world is real. When doctors work side by side with smart machines, so medical treatments will be delivered more precisely and safely than ever before. A future when autonomous systems pave the way for driverless cars, intelligent buildings, and smart cities. What would be possible if the boundaries between ideas and execution were broken? Here at the University of Virginia's Linc Lab, researchers are answering that question. In this 17,000 square foot space, we are working together to develop the technologies that will shape society. We are not just reacting to the cyber age, we are catalyzing it.
All of the grand challenges that we're facing as a society now and in the coming decades are going to require interdisciplinary approaches and solutions. When we first started envisioning the Linc Lab, we had this idea of bringing together the cyber and the physical. And as we started having those conversations and we started understanding all of the exciting research opportunities at that link, and then all of the things we could do with that research, the different applications, the kind of societal impact we could have.
It's the only place that I'm aware of that really integrates across so many different engineering disciplines. A lot of times these labs exist, but they don't reach across 5 disciplines and pull them in effectively like we're doing here in the Linc Lab right now.
Because of the multidisciplinary nature of the Linc Lab, I get to work with faculty and students from different disciplines. For example, I have students from mechanical engineering, computer engineering, and systems engineering. This helps us to solve problems with complex challenges across different disciplines.
Civil engineering is more of a traditional discipline. We're one of the oldest engineering disciplines, and what's interesting about us is that we're somewhat slow to change. And the Linc Lab, in my opinion, is really interesting because we have, you could think of computer science being on the cutting edge of technology, and so it allows us to really link up with people that are exploring new things like emerging data analytic techniques or novel sensing techniques. And they're right down the hall.
Being at UVA, it's a unique opportunity where we're so closely aligned with the engineering school to collaborate together between the engineering and the medicine faculty. So we'll have our residents going over to the Linc Lab, trying out the equipment to help develop it before we bring it over here to the operating room.
Being close to UVA Medical School provides us with the opportunity to interact with the faculty and surgeons in the medical school and see the real impact of our research either in simulation or actual practice. For example, we are working with Dr. Schenkman on design of simulators that can help with education and training of the residents in the operating room.
I'm working with Lu Feng, faculty in computer science, and we are trying to link our work in autonomous driving and measuring trust in autonomous driving as well. So I am working on creating the user interfaces which can reside in the driving simulator that Lu has.
With our approach and with our driving simulator, our lab setting, we're going to be able to testing the design of autonomous cars in virtual environment. And this will help us to reduce the development cost for autonomous cars. And we can also design for more trustworthy and safe autonomy from the early design stage and also accounting for different human factors.
So in the Linc Lab, our research priorities are smart cities, smart health, and autonomous systems. But underneath each of those different application areas is cyber-physical systems, which is the technology bedrock for all these different application domains that we're exploring within the lab.
Cyber-physical systems is a fairly new term, but it really links a lot of different people together. And so the opportunity to work with this group of researchers and students who are sort of in this vested interest is actually very exciting.
Health is not just something that is focused on by the medical school or the nursing school. When you think about the kinds of technologies now that can improve someone's health and wellness, or thinking about behaviors that end up impacting somebody's health, architectural spaces, sociological and psychological concerns that can affect people's health. As we approach those kinds of challenges in the coming decades, this is really going to require teams of researchers from all of these disciplines coming together and finding integrated solutions.
My research centers on the built environment, and so I think for most people that, things like buildings, bridges, towers, things like that, where we actually rely on it for our everyday lives. So the Linc Lab is actually really enticing to me because as a traditional structural engineer, we're looking for new techniques, new approaches, and new opportunities to do what we do better and understand the performance.
I'm very excited about the university's investment within the Linc Lab. Our new state-of-the-art space is really changing the way I think about my research. We have glass walls in our offices, which just makes you kind of look out and see the lab and want to collaborate with others, and doesn't create this false barrier between faculty members and students.
This is such an exciting time to be at the University of Virginia. With the level of investments that are being made in a variety of interdisciplinary activities, just the faculty and the students are energized. They see what's possible as we link across the various disciplines, not just within the engineering school, but across the entire university. This is something that's going to position UVA as a leader as it enters its third century.
Humanity is at the beginning of an exciting new age, and UVA engineering is leading the way. We built a collaborative space where we are translating research into real-time technologies that will advance the world. We are making new connections and preparing the next generation of cyber leaders. UVA engineering is creating a powerful future.
Collaboration,
Innovation,
Leadership
Research that benefits
humanity.
The cyber future is here.
In the Linc Lab,
at UVA Engineering.